with the primary cause of things. Let us begin with how something came about, why it came about in that particular way, and became what it is. For me, it begins in Vienna in 1819.
Mom.
For me, it begins with a music publisher by the name of Anton Diabelli.
Mom.
This music publisher has written a small waltz that will change everything.
Mom!
What is it?
Have you heard a word I've said?
Yes.
What did I say?
You said that they'll call us in soon.
No. I said that everyone else who was here before us has gone in, so we're next.
Been here for 2 hours.
I know, we're next. Do you need anything?
No, thank you, I'm fine. I have to be at the office by 3.
You'll make it.
Don't you have to be at work?
I told them I'd be late.
You can leave, Clara. I've done this many times before.
Here, let me help
I
you.
can do it, thank you.
Hello there. So sorry about the delay.
It's been 2 hours.
Yes, very sorry. It's been a madhouse here today.
And who are you?
Mike,
Where's Gary?
it's his day off. You got me today.
Are you a doctor?
No, I'm a nurse.
But you'll just be administering the tests, right?
Yeah, I'll only do the tests.
Okay, he'll only do the tests. Okay.
Okay, so you must be Catherine Brandt?
I am Dr. Brandt.
Oh, okay. Come with me, please. Oh, excuse me. You have to stay out here.
Well, I would like to come in with her.
No, we're going to be examining her, so you better stay here.
Just so you know, because my mother is not going to tell you, she wants to travel in a week.
Why wouldn't I tell him? I tell him. I'm supposed to travel in a week.
To Bonn,
Where's that?
in Germany.
Which is in Europe.
Thank you. I don't see any problem with it right now, but we'll see what these show, right? When was your last visit?
4 months ago.
Apparently she was told she had to come every 2 months.
She looks fine to me.
I really think she should postpone her trip to Bonn a bit, don't you think?
I'm a nurse, not a travel agent.
Can I talk to you for a minute in private?
I don't think so. Your mother's my patient, not you.
Go ahead, otherwise we'll be here all day. I begin my search in Vienna in 1819. The effects of the French Revolution are still being felt all over Europe, and the ideas of freedom and equality are galvanizing people's minds. The world is poised to enter the modern era. In that year, Byron, Goethe, Victor Hugo, Keats, and Shelley have all written new books. In Vienna, music is everywhere. Schubert, Beethoven, Liszt, and Czerny are all composing new works. Amidst all this, one event captures my imagination more than all the others. A music publisher by the name of Anton Diabelli extends an invitation.
An invitation to the 50 greatest composers in Vienna, my dear musicians. I am enclosing in this letter a new waltz of my own making.
He was a great music publisher, but not so great a composer.
I composed it but a few days ago, and I wish to invite each of you to compose one variation on my theme. Once I receive your variations, I will publish them all in one handsome volume that I promise will be a beautiful and popular book.
He knew it would sell well. After all, for the price of one book, the music lover would receive 50 compositions by the best composers in Vienna.
And I hope you will find in my waltz a worthy and inspiring theme.
All of whom would have immortalized Diabelli's tiny waltz.
And of course I will compensate each of you for the variation that you contribute. I eagerly await your reply. Yours sincerely, Anton Diabelli, music publisher of the firm Diabelli, Happy and Company.
All of the composers accepted Diabelli's invitation and went to work on a variation of his less than stellar waltz. All the composers except one.
Signor Diabelli,
Beethoven's reply comes via his secretary, Anton Schindler.
the master has received your charming and melodic waltz, along with your request for him to write one variation on it.
Beethoven took one look at it and hated it.
Although this project is a very intriguing proposition, and the master is very curious about it.
He called it a Schusterfleck, a cobbler's patch. He found it commonplace.
At this time, he is inundated with other commissions,
He vehemently refused to have anything to do with it.
so he must regretfully decline your very kind invitation.
Thank you very much.
Sincerely,
Yours truly,
your servant,
etc., etc.
Anton Schindler, friend of Beethoven.
That's actually what his calling card said.
Herr Schindler, I am asking but for one variation, just to have his name on it,
I'm sorry, his mind is completely occupied with other commissions.
But then something happened to Beethoven.
What?
The match is falling not on.
What?
So the match you fool that go below.
What do you mean?
History doesn't record what he said.
But I already told him, are you certain?
Rust!
Fine.
Rust!
Fine! Dear Signor Diabelli, the master has asked me to come see you in person. I will be in your offices tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
For what purpose?
Until then, I remain most sincerely yours, Anton Schindler, friend of Beethoven.
Thank you. Yes, I will see you then.
Beethoven changed his mind and became obsessed with this waltz. He devoted the next 3 years of his life to it. He did not write one variation. Instead, he wrote 33 variations on Diabelli's theme, his longest piece for solo piano and what many musicians consider the most important work in variation form. This obsession of Beethoven's baffles me. What was it about this mediocre waltz that so captured his imagination? At this point in his life, Beethoven is only tackling major works. He has very little time left. Yet he chooses this insignificant waltz as his next project. Why? I will be leaving in a few days to go to Bonn. There, at the Beethoven archives, I will be able to look at his diaries and his sketches. I have to understand why a genius became obsessed with mediocrity.
I'm ready for you now, Dr. Brandt.
Who won?
He did. I'll wait here.
Are you sure we can't call Gary?
Yes, but if it makes you feel any better, you can call me Gary.
Great, a funny nurse.
Schindler!
Yes, master! Thank you, master!
I'm Schindler!
Yes, master!
I need more paper!
Master Herr Alfenheimer says he won't give us any more paper. We owe him too much money.
Then get it from Stubhofer!
He won't give us any more paper because we owe him too much money.
Then get it from
You
Schmidt!
called him a sniveling pig donkey.
And I need more ink!
Yes, master.
And Schindler! Open the shutters! It's too dark in here!
Yes, master.
Here it is, it crashed. I can't get it to work. I need you to take it to the place in Midtown and make sure they have it ready by tomorrow.
Sure, no problem. Do you have your meds?
I do.
Do you have the numbers for the doctors in Bonn?
Yes.
Good. Do you help with that?
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm almost done. Did you cut your hair?
No.
It looks different.
No, it's the same.
You have such beautiful hair. I wish you did something with it.
Right, do you need anything else?
No, thank you.
I'm going to ask you this one more time. Are you sure you should go now? Why not wait 6 months and see how you feel?
Who knows what state I'll be in 6 months? Besides, I've had to call in favors from every music scholar I know to get access to the archive.
But you heard what the nurse said.
He said it would be better if I wasn't alone, which I won't be. There's going to be colleagues there. Did it make you feel uncomfortable? The way he kept looking at you?
Please, that nurse?
Yes, that nurse. He was staring at you.
No, he wasn't.
In the exam room, he kept asking me questions about you.
Ugh, Mom.
It took him 15 minutes to find my vein.
Mom, he seemed like he knew what he was doing.
Clara, he dropped my urine sample. Yes, you should date that guy. He fits the profile of your last 3 boyfriends.
Mom, maybe I should come with you.
What about Hannah Gabler?
My costumes are done. My assistant can take it from here. Besides, I'm looking into a few other things. I'm thinking of apprenticing a set designer. What?
I thought you liked being a costume designer.
I do.
You can't excel at anything if you keep changing careers.
I excel at changing careers.
I think that's a great idea. That way you'll always be mediocre at everything.
What happens if you get weaker? What happens if you fall?
I'm not on my deathbed.
I never said you were.
Know what you're acting like.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't understand why you can't do your research here. When you wrote your book on Mozart, you didn't fly off to Vienna.
Because Mozart composed in his head. Beethoven composed on paper. So there are thousands and thousands of sketches of his every thought, his every compositional idea, and they're in Bonn. It's the only hope I have of understanding why he did it. I have to go.
Is this really how you want to spend this time?
How else?
Signor Diabelli, the master has decided he doesn't want to write one variation on your waltz.
Yes, so you said.
Now he's considering writing a set of several variations on it.
What?
Yes, Diabelli, fortune smiles upon you.
A set of variations?
That's what he asked me to tell you.
What wonderful news! How many variations did he have in mind?
6 or 7.
That many?
Indeed.
But Schindler, I am confused. Yesterday, he did not have time to write one variation. Today, he wants to write 7? Why did the master change his mind?
God only knows his reasons. But there you are.
That is wonderful. We would love to publish 7 variations by Beethoven. It may even merit its own book.
It certainly will. Of course, an undertaking of this magnitude will take many hours of work,
Oh, yes.
which the master will be devoting to your waltz.
Yes, what an honor.
And he will do all of this for only 80 ducats.
80 ducats!
In advance.
In advance?
Yes.
Oh, no. We can't take that kind of a risk.
Risk? You're speaking of Beethoven.
Well-
What is the risk?
Beethoven has written nothing of note in the last 5 years.
How dare you?
It is not me. People are talking.
What are people saying?
That he is finished. That he has nothing more to offer. That he is too ill.
People love to talk about other people's maladies. It makes them feel healthy.
Is any of it true?
It is no secret that Beethoven has been ill.
There's people who have seen him say he looks like a madman, like a beggar.
Tread lightly, Diabelli, or I'll make sure you never get another Beethoven composition.
Schindler, we can't give you 80 ducats and then not get the composition. That could ruin us.
Diabelli, it's 6 or 7 variations. And your waltz, your composition, will give birth to a beautiful set of variations by Beethoven.
You will have 40 ducats now, and 40 ducats when the work is finished.
I will tell the master.
Then promise me that you will keep me informed of his progress at every step.
I promise.
Buongiorno, Signor Schindler.
Guten Tag. Herr Diabelli.
A set of variations on my waltz by Ludwig von Beethoven.
Number 16, please. Come to the counter, 16.
Excuse me. What number do you have?
17. What about you?
34. Have you been waiting long?
What day is this?
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, you in a hurry?
Yeah, I need to get my mother's laptop fixed. She's going away on a trip. Are you waiting to get your computer fixed?
Yeah. Yeah, my laptop. Apparently you're not supposed to drop them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, actually, it's kind of a nice change. Usually I just come in here, pay $150 for them to just tell me to press Control-Alt-Delete.
Yeah, I'm a Mac girl myself.
Oh, I see. Well, from 2 totally different worlds then. It'll never work out between us. Sorry? Oh my god, you don't remember me, do you? I examined your mom at the hospital.
Oh, yeah, oh, sorry. That was a rough day.
How is she?
She's the same.
How long has she been out?
6 months, but she just told me 2 weeks ago. She didn't want to worry me. And she's still going to take that trip to Bonn.
Is that in Germany?
Yes. Sorry.
Well, she's a very courageous woman.
Oh, she has to finish a monograph.
A autograph?
It's a book she's writing. She's been invited to present a paper on it at a very important music conference.
Good for her. I mean, most people, when they get diagnosed, they just want to stay home and spend time with family. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I meant to say...
Not my mother.
Ah.
We don't have that kind of relationship. She has to finish her monograph. I'm sorry, it's Dr.
Mike. No doctor. I'm a nurse.
Right. Clara.
Hi. Are you a scholar too?
Me? No. I'm a costume designer at the moment, but I'm on my way to becoming a set designer. I'm gonna be here all day, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Kind of makes the way to the hospital seem not so bad.
Touche.
17, please come to the counter. 17.
Well, that's me. Do you want my number?
Your number?
17.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
Please, I have more time than your mom. I mean, she has a perfect life. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Thank you.
Guten Morgen, meine Damen und Herren. Herzlich willkommen auf dem Lufthansa-Flug 805 nach Bonn. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Lufthansa Flight 805 to Bonn. We have now reached our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. The captain has turned off your seatbelt signs, indicating it is safe to move about the cabin.
This is variation number 1. In it, Beethoven instructs the pianist with the words alla marcia maestoso, to be played in the style of a majestic march. I am fascinated that Beethoven begins his exploration of Diabelli's waltz with a majestic march. Perhaps he's instructing us. When beginning a great voyage, one must set aside trepidation. Even if we may not yet know where the journey will take us, we must nevertheless embark with courage and determination, as if it were a majestic march.
If you look out your window now, you may see some beautiful landscapes of the German countryside. You may be able to see the woods where Beethoven composed some of his best work.
Early in May of 1822, the master travelled to the small village of Hetzendorf, where he rented a beautiful house surrounded by a lovely park. He spent the summer there composing and going for very long walks in the countryside he loved so much.
Look, Schindler, look!
Yes, master.
Do you see?
Yes. No. What?
The countryside! Here, the sun is not concealed by any dirty roof. Here, my senses can feast upon the spectacle of nature. Smell.
Cow manure?
Exactly. Anything's better than the stench of Vienna and the Viennese. My decree is to remain in the countryside. My miserable hearing does not plague me here. We can return in the winter.
We have the rented home to consider.
Surely it will not be expensive to rent a lodging at that time of year. Schindler, listen.
What?
The sweet silence of the woods.
The first composition he undertook there was the variations on Diabelli's waltz, which had taken his fancy in a curious way.
That phrase in Schindler's biography, Diabelli's waltz had taken his fancy in a curious way.
Diabelli's waltz had taken his fancy in a curious way.
What was curious about it? How had it taken his fancy? Schindler's biography doesn't elaborate on that.
In no time he had composed 5 variations, then 5 more, then 2 more. Every morning before dawn he was at his desk. The variations kept piling up, And he kept saying,
That is not all. There are more variations in here.
but Master Diral is concerned lest the work should get too long, the publishing costs too high. He wants you to bring it to a close.
Tell him to be patient yet a little longer.
Master, you should be working on the Mass on the 9th. By this trifle of a waltz, you've already composed 12 variations of it.
There are more variations in here.
You're wasting your time. I'm sorry, but I don't understand this obsession of yours. Diabelli said he doesn't need any more variations.
Well, I'm not making them for Mr. Diabolus.
You know he doesn't like it when you call him that.
Night and day I toiled for the man. So tell him to be patient yet a little longer. I am not done.
Fine.
In preparation for landing, please fasten your seatbelt. If you have been reading a whole about Beethoven, we ask that you put it aside and return to the step up.
Dear Clara, I am emailing as you requested. Why must we always fight? Trust me when I tell you this is exactly where I am meant to be. Here I do not feel sick at all. This city exudes music. Downtown is exactly as it was in the 1800s, except now there is a gigantic statue of Beethoven in the center of the main square. Imagine a town that doesn't have a military hero in their main square, but a musician. What great promise. Last night I learned that their favorite local dish is pig's knuckles. Perhaps that's a part of the city's cultural life I will have to do without. I am meeting Dr. Laudenberger tomorrow. At last I get to see the sketchbooks. I can't wait. Mom. P.S. How's Hedda Gabler?
Dr. Kinderman must think highly of you. His recommendation is the only reason you're allowed in here.
Well, it did take me over a year to convince him.
Only a handful of people are permitted entrance to our archives. It's the most important collection in the world.
I know. Thank you. That's why I'm here.
Your thesis. I'm not sure if our material can be of assistance in your search.
Why not?
You're trying to find out why Beethoven became obsessed with Diabelli's waltz. It's really a question of inspiration. I do not think our sketches will help you with that.
I guess I won't know until I look at them. Will I?
During your visit, I will be with you whenever you are in the library, and I will give you a schedule of when you can come.
Of course.
Come this way. The entrance to the archives is in the sub-basement, 4 floors below us. Watch your step. Here we are. After his death, Beethoven's sketchbooks were torn apart by autograph collectors and souvenir hunters, so that hardly any book remained complete. These sketches are the survivors. These sketches are the most intimate diary of his compositional process. Many believe they are more important than the finished works because they are closer to the original inspiration of the artist. You see, after an artist is done polishing a work, the initial instinct is marred by technique. These sketches show an unadulterated first impulse. But you wanted to see the sketches for the Diabelli variations, yeah?
Yes.
Here we are. Many of the sketches for the Many of the sketches for the Diabelli variations are in this sketchbook. Always wear gloves when touching the books. The oil in the fingers can damage the old paper. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. This is the Wittgenstein sketchbook. In its present condition, it consists of 43 leaves of Honig paper. The binding itself makes use of 5 stitch holes. This is the first page. In this page, you see who owned it. After Beethoven died, they auctioned his sketchbooks. This one was bought and sold many times over the next 130 years. The composer Mendelssohn owned it, and the family of the philosopher Wittgenstein, which is how it got its name. And this is the second page. These lines were made in this book almost 200 years ago. He wrote first in pencil, and when he was sure, he went back over it with ink and highlighted the parts he liked. And now with this button, we get the infrared light. You see how it turns blue? The bright white is the ink. These are the parts he chose to keep in the piece. The rest are ideas he discarded.
Yes, I see.
This document records his compositional decisions. Some of these phrases have never been played before. Here, this one has never been recorded. Look here. You are hearing an original composition of Beethoven, never before heard, except by the people who have read this book.
Indeed.
And here is what you are looking for. These are some of the sketches for the Diabelli variations.
Nurse Mike,
Yes,
this is Clara, Catherine Brand's daughter. I hope it's okay I'm calling you on your cell phone.
of course.
Sorry to bother you again. It's just I'm very confused and I wanted to ask you. I got an email from my mother yesterday filled with typos.
Okay,
You don't understand. My mother doesn't make typos. She just doesn't.
I understand.
I'm trying to read up and teach myself, and I've been calling several doctors, and they all say the same thing. Stay the course, but what course? There are no medicines, no treatments, no nothing. Am I missing something?
They can't tell you anything because we don't have anything. It's an orphan disease.
A what?
There are not enough patients to interest the pharmaceutical companies into producing medications, so there's no drugs coming down the pipeline. There's no pipeline.
So eventually she won't be able to speak anymore.
No, not necessarily.
And top it all off, she's in Bonn.
Listen, I hope this isn't weird or anything, but would you want to meet up and get something to eat?
Oh.
So we can talk about your mother and illness and...
Oh, okay, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Okay, good. So I will call you with the details.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
I can't decipher much of his handwriting.
Yes, it's hard to read. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Diabelli's waltz. Oh, here it is.
Yes, that's it. Look, the first 4 bars. And here, you can see all the sketches he made before he arrived at this variation. This is the first sketch he made. Not satisfied with that, he made this. And then this. And
looking over his shoulder as he's composing.
Exactly, that's how I feel.
Dear Clara, I have been here a little over a week. I am making such progress. Today I looked at the sketches for variation number 3. It's a waltz. Diabelli's waltz is clumsy, repetitive. Beethoven's waltz is so light, so melodious. Beethoven begins the variation on such a light note. But here's the most interesting thing. These 3 notes, C, A, B flat, repeated over and over. He's pausing to think. A lesser composer would have erased that passage or changed those bars, but not him. He wants you to see his moment of trepidation, of doubt. And then he goes on. The notes ascending, ascending, a rising promise. Dr. Laudenberger, what's this?
Some kind of food stain.
It looks like wine.
9, it's probably soup. He loved soup.
This soup is terrible! Frau Schnapps, what are you giving me? Schindler, you said the soup is good! Can no one in this household differentiate a tasty bowl of soup from a putrid, fetid, rancid, rotting pig's trough of stinking swill? Does no one have a palate in this house? Do I live amongst palatless people?
I didn't know he loved soup.
I didn't either until I found soup in many of the sketches. These diaries are not only a record of his compositional process, they're also a record of his daily diet. Do you like pig's knees?
I beg your pardon?
Pig's knees. It's Bond's delicatessen. We are known all over Europe for our pig's knees.
Pig's knuckles.
Ah, yeah. Pig's knuckles. You must try it.
I don't eat much meat.
Good, you will like it.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. I almost said no, but I felt bad. I could get the tickets. I mean, he's been so good about Mom. We're both so uncomfortable. He probably hates this music. He said he would teach me some physiotherapy for Mom. He has very pretty eyes. I can hear him breathing. I wonder if he snores. He smells good. Oh, the hand. What's with the hand? There's too much garlic in that pasta. I wish I had a minute. I'm not very good at this. Okay. Go with it.
God, I wish I knew more about what I was listening to. It all just sounds like classical music to me. I hope she likes it. Is she looking at it? What is this face? Maybe not. That was awkward. What am I doing with my hands? She smells so good. Okay, now hold her hand. Hold her hand. Hold her hand. Hold her hand. That was fun. Oh my God, she's holding it back. Best concert ever.
Schindler, please! It has been almost a year. I need to publish these variations. My firm needs to publish these variations.
He is not happy with them yet.
What do you mean he's not happy with them?
He won't let you publish them yet. He's not finished.
But Schindler, I must be... Aha, Maestro, thank God! I must speak with you. What? What?
Yes, the master has a very sore throat and can't speak.
Maestro, wait! When will the work be ready? Just give me a date. I think 19 variations is enough. We don't need more, and I can't publish more. I can't decipher his handwriting.
He says he can't give you a date.
Well, why not? Why not?
The master says he can't control how many variations there are. The beautiful theme you've composed is the only thing that will determine how many exist in it. When the theme is exhausted, the master will stop.
He wrote all that?
He writes very fast.
Very. I need them for the publishing house. We have sold almost nothing this year, and I don't wish to go back to teaching 12-year-olds the guitar.
He asks if you've tried selling wine. He says more people like wine.
You mustn't mock me. I served you well when I was working at Steiner. I was always at your disposal. I don't understand why he's behaving this way.
Dear Belly! I am making it better.
Maestro, please.
Pardon me, I must tend to the master.
Oh, hello. I didn't know you used this station.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for your help with the sketches. It's been invaluable. I've learned so much these past 3 months.
Good.
It's a beautiful city.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry you're reading.
No. It is okay.
What are you reading?
A book on Mozart.
Mozart? Don't you feel like you're cheating on Beethoven? Seeing the sketches, I almost feel like...
Yes. I remember when I first started that I had the same feelings. You are in pain?
No, I'm not.
What is the problem with the hand?
It's nothing. Nothing.
I saw you in the library when you tried to pick up the book.
It's nothing.
You don't have to tell me.
Do you follow baseball at all?
Do I look like a woman who follows baseball?
Well, there was a player, Lou Gehrig.
Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
How do you know that?
I thought that is what you had. My aunt. 5 years ago we lost her. It's a waste.
Excuse me?
This train is not coming. It is a waste of our time.
Dear Belly, what are you doing in here? Are you mad?
Look at this, Schindler, look! He is mocking my what? He is mocking me!
Do you know what he would do to you if he found you touching his sketches?
He has turned my waltz into a mad march! Like toy soldiers marching. He can't do this! This is the first variation! The first variation must always follow the meter of the theme. He can't turn my waltz into a march! That just isn't done, that's the rules!
You really expect Beethoven to conform to the musical conventions of the day?
And here, look at this one! Circus music, look! Clowns will dance to this music!
Dear Diabelli, watch what you're saying.
And what is this? A fugue? Everyone knows Beethoven can't write fugues. His fugues are terrible.
They are not terrible, they are just not very good.
Schindler, his fugues are terrible. Is this why he took on this commission? Just to mock me?
Diabelli, these are sketches. The master is trying things out. These are not the final variations. You can't judge from these. That would be like looking at a pencil sketch of the Mona Lisa and complaining about the color.
But my waltz is so... my theme is so...
Diabelli, it is a testament to your composition that the master is finding so much in it.
Oh, Schindler, please don't flatter me.
I am telling you the truth. Look at all the work he's putting into it. And here's more. I keep urging him to work on the Mass or the Ninth, both more lucrative by far, but he's obsessed with your waltz.
Really? These are all sketches for my variations?
Yes, he returns to it. It's all ours, day and night.
He does?
You should be happy Beethoven is even looking at your insignificant waltz.
You hate my waltz. You think it insignificant.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so blunt, but you drive one to madness with your eternal nagging.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel much better. So, if it is so insignificant, why is the master pursuing it?
It's baffling to me.
Well, of course it's baffling to you. You aspire to the stuffy rooms of the palaces and the aristocracy. You can't understand what I mean with my waltz. But maybe your master can.
I think Beethoven is making fun of Diabelli's waltz.
Making fun of it.
Yes. There's so much humor in the variations. He's mocking the waltz, showing it for all its ineptitude. You can see that in so many of the sketches.
So this is your hypothesis.
Diabelli's waltz is ordinary and it's mediocre. Beethoven will go on to show Vienna what a great composition he can make out of a grain of sand.
I'm not convinced. Oh, I almost forgot your daughter called again.
Thank you.
Are you upset with your daughter?
No? Why?
Well, she calls you almost every day and you don't call her back. Don't you like your daughter? I mean, love her, of course. But you don't like her, do you?
My daughter is... I don't know how to explain it. She's like her father. He was a good man, a good father. But he couldn't stick with anything and got mired in mediocrity. And I'm afraid she's like him. First she was a sculptor, then she joined a band. And she was a painter, now she's a costume designer, and she's about to change that too. And it's the same with the men in her life. I fear she'll never truly be anything. I'm afraid my daughter's mediocre. What?
Nothing. Here's Andre.
It's really hot!
Thank you! I'm taking classes!
Okay! Yeah, also it's hot in here!
Oh! You want outside?
Yes, thank you!
Oh, it's so nice out.
Yeah, I love New York at this time of year. The air is so crisp.
You having fun?
Yes, I love that song.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I actually used to play their music when I toured with my band.
Wow, I never pictured you in a band. Well, because you know so much about classical music.
That's just because my mom started taking me to her music lectures when I was 7 years old.
Doing a little graduate work when you were 7?
Post-grad. After my father died, we couldn't afford a babysitter, so I'd go along to all of her lectures.
Sounds like fun.
Actually, it was. I loved watching my mother up there at that podium. And I loved watching the faces of her students. They were mesmerized. Most kids hate it when their parents work all the time, but I loved it because that's when she's at her best. And it kills me that every time she looks at me, all she sees is failure.
If that's all she sees, then your mom is blind. Or maybe she didn't see this.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Hedda Gabler looked sumptuous and elegant in costumes designed by the very talented Miss Clara Brandt. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My mother is thrilled I got a rave review in the Village Voice.
But my parents are proud of me if I leave the house with pants on. What's the deal?
I just don't want to do the same thing for 20 years. I love doing something for a few years, learning about it, and moving on. For me, that's a life better lived. Old school.
That's how I roll.
No, stop.
We've been doing this for 3 months.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. And you, I really like you, and I have a great time with you.
And what is it?
You're so great.
Ouch.
No, and you're so nice.
Oh!
My mom's health is deteriorating, and it's only going to get worse, and I don't think you want to be around for it.
I know better than you do what I'm getting myself into here. And I can help.
I don't want your help. I don't want to be a part of your caseload.
You're not. Can't you tell that I really like you?
No, don't say that.
Why not?
Things between my mom and me are really difficult, and I need to focus on that right now.
Okay. Do what you gotta do.
I'm sorry, I know. It's just my mom fell in the library yesterday.
Why didn't you tell me?
She had to be hospitalized for a day.
I am fine. I'm okay. Just a little tired, that's all.
The hospital called me.
It's nothing to worry about. I tripped and fell. Must have been too focused on the work.
Mom!
Clara, every day I am making new discoveries. With Dr. Laudenberger's help, I may well be done sooner than expected.
That's what she said when I asked her about the episode.
And how's Mark?
His name is Mike.
Sorry, Mike.
He's fine. What?
It's just strange. You're dating a man who saw me naked.
Yes, Mom, and oddly, that's all he talks about.
Clara. I hope you are seeing other people too, yes?
Because he saw you naked?
No, because he's not right for you. You need someone who challenges you.
Mom, why don't you come home? Your doctors are here.
I am fine. It was nothing. And the university is threatening to cut my grant in half. They're worried they're not getting their money's worth. I have to stay here.
No, you're not fine.
Thank you.
You're ill and you're putting yourself in danger. Mom.
I'm here.
Listen, I was thinking of taking a vacation. I was thinking of going to Europe. Maybe I can stop by and visit with you.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
It's not the right time.
I want to spend some time with you before I have to be your nurse.
You said that to her.
Yep.
What did she say?
She hung up.
What? 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 Out with it! You've been sulking the whole way home. Just say it! Those people want the music I make, but they don't understand what it takes to make it. I had an idea. I needed to get to the carriage to write down the idea so I could make it into something. Speak!
How will you pay your rent this month?
You'll figure something out.
If you had just tipped your hat to the accountant, he would have given us a commission.
He wanted to talk to me. That's an hour of my time. That counter doesn't hold a conversation. He's like a woodpecker attached to a gargantuan tree, hammering on the hollow trunk for hours. I need to find an ending to the variations.
You may be evicted. Would it have been so difficult for you to stop and greet him the way one ought to greet a count?
I was thinking. I didn't notice him.
Master, everyone saw you pull your hat down below your eyes and ignore him. You think that's funny? The Count was humiliated in front of all his friends. They were all shocked by your behavior.
If I show respect for a person, it will be because that person earns my respect with his deeds, not because of his title.
I think that's wonderful. I'll tell that to the landlord when he comes for the rent.
They want me to be a dancing monkey in their courts. The counts, the countesses, the dukes and duchesses, the barons and baronesses. There are thousands of them. There is only one Beethoven. No wonder the heads are rolling all over Europe.
Master, please, you mustn't say such things. Schubert was arrested yesterday, saying much less.
Oh, let them arrest me. Did you hear? The government has decreed that people cannot dance the waltz. I refuse to bow down to this paralytic regime. Oh,
Master, your ears are bothering you, aren't they? Is it the ringing?
that's not important. This is what I was thinking about when that man started talking to me.
It's not important. Would you
Please come and see this. Here's the first trill in Diabelli's waltz, yes?
Yes?
Now, look at what I've done. I've taken these 4 notes and used them in this variation. And in this one. And in this one. And that's all with 4 notes. Now you can have me. You can have this music. Or you can have me talking with the Count.
Nothing's broken, so that's good.
But
Well, I tried to find out why she fell. In a number of tests, the results were mixed.
just tell me.
Force vital capacity has been reduced by 39%, and muscle elasticity and strength by 34%.
In English.
She'll have to start using a walker. She's gonna hurt herself.
Okay.
She might need a wheelchair soon.
So the entire schedule they gave me has been a lie.
So what's the result?
My doctors aren't very optimistic.
They said she would walk for at least a couple more years. It's been 10 months.
So how long?
It's hard to tell. It could plateau and I could stay like this for a while.
I want to know how long she has.
It's hard to tell.
Just tell me.
A year, maybe a year and a half.
So are you going home?
Absolutely not.
I have to bring her home.
I must stay here.
She doesn't want to come home, she told you
I
that.
don't care.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am staying here.
Well, if I was in your family, I'd want to be with you all the time.
Please don't say that.
Master, please don't say
I
that.
can't do it. I can't do it.
Master, calm down.
Mike, this is not the time.
I
need more time.
Then you should go.
Then you should stay.
My daughter will kill me.
Sometimes you have to be selfish.
I can't finish these variations. I don't know how to finish the set.
I want to come with you.
I can be of help.
Diabelli will come for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, but no, I need to go alone.
I need to be alone.
Why?
Because we barely know each other. That kind of pressure could kill whatever this is.
So, there is a this.
I learned a few things with my aunt, so I can be of help.
I might need some help.
You're gonna need help.
Master, how can I help?
You can't help. I can't find an ending for the set.
What do you mean he can't find an ending?
It's all wrong. The composition has run away without me, and I don't know how to end it.
Does he know what he's doing to
You're
me?
gonna need someone who knows what they're doing.
We would have to leave now.
You have to slow down.
Time is scarce.
I can't wait any longer.
I have so much to do. Please.
How do I convince her?
Listen to me. You have an opportunity.
I must not lose this opportunity.
This is my last opportunity.
This is my last opportunity.
I can
Time is scarce. I can't.
Time is scarce. Yes. I must have the chance to finish the work. Transfiguration is an interesting idea. Not the Christian idea of Jesus on the mountain and his face changing all of a sudden and being filled with light and John and Peter and that other guy being surprised by it. No, not that transfiguration. I'm not religious, so no. The idea of transfiguration, transforming one thing into something better, moving from the banal to the exalted. What if Beethoven is transfiguring Diabelli's waltz? If that is the case, then the large set of variations are not an exercise in making something out of nothing, as I had previously thought, but instead a study in transfiguring the waltz into its better self. But not all things transfigure into their better selves. No. My motor neurons are deteriorating rapidly. Every day my muscles are receiving fewer and fewer signals from my brain, so they're atrophying. But the best part of this is that my brain remains untouched by the illness, so that I may fully experience the process by which my body is becoming a flaccid carcass. Transfiguration, indeed. My daughter arrived in Bonn 2 weeks ago. She's trying to help. Perhaps children ought to be the way in which we transfigure, the way we become our better selves. Clara was always piercingly observant and original in her thinking. When she was a child, she asked me one day, "Mom, does God sing songs?" I was intrigued by the question. "Why do you ask that?" "Because," she replied, "when you listen to music, Mom, you look like you're talking with God." She was 7 years old. Observant indeed. But she meanders through life. She experiences everything and commits to nothing. Children, here be dragons.
We've been in Bonn 2 weeks. 17th century houses collide with Cold War buildings to create a landscape where both feel out of place. I came to bring her home, but, well, You know how that went. She has gotten worse. Much worse than she let on in any of our telephone conversations. And she was very upset I came. Even more upset Mike came with me, but in these 2 weeks we've begun to fall into a routine of sorts. My mother goes to the archive. Mike has a part-time gig at the Red Cross. And I am volunteering in a scenic shop at a local theater. I do the shopping for the house, and at night we all eat together. But like the buildings in this city, we all feel out of place. As my mother would say, here be dragons. English map makers in the 16th century would place the phrase, here be dragons at the edges of their known world. They meant to imply that A, well, there were dragons there, and B, venturing into those regions was a risky proposition.
I came as soon as I heard.
Good afternoon, Anton.
How is he?
He's better now.
Thank God.
We almost lost him, but he's come through.
Oh, poor man.
So there are no sketches for the variations between 1819 and 1822?
I haven't found any.
Did you check all the stats?
Yes,
So he stopped working on the variations for 3 years.
seems that way.
It came over him suddenly. The coughing was terrible, but the doctors bled him, and they say he's out of danger.
This after a year of jaundice.
Indeed. Do you wish to see him?
Yes, please. What is this?
Our friend is completely deaf now, so you must write down what you wish to say to him.
Does he write back?
No, he'll speak back to you.
I understand. How are you, Maestro? You look well. Oh no, Luigi, you do look well.
But what we do have is the conversation book of November 1822.
All of Vienna is praying for your quick recovery. Oh, you can't blame them for wanting your music.
You can't blame them for wanting your music.
We don't know how Beethoven responded.
Everyone is eager to hear your mass. All of Vienna is talking about it. It is? When can we hear it? Oh, that's wonderful. No one can believe all that you've accomplished during your illness.
Beethoven exists in the silences.
Anyone else would have given up, but not you. Oh, yes, no, we are prepared. As soon as you give us the mass, we'll publish it. Well, we all eagerly await a chance to hear it.
Anton, we should let him sleep.
Ah, yes. Luigi, we are all praying for your recovery. Goodbye.
He was very ill during those 3 years. Many times on the brink of death.
An appropriate time to write a mass.
The mass. He says it is almost finished.
It is?
Oh, wonderful.
I think he's on his way to recovery.
What makes you say that?
Today he fired the cook. He also said that from now on he would endeavor to surpass everything he's ever done before.
Oh, if there is someone who can do it.
He seems to be on his way. The new symphony will have a choir in it.
A choir?
And he's writing a sonata in 2 parts.
Oh, I can't wait to hear them.
I think you are right. Diabelli seems to have given up on getting the variations.
His company is doing very well. He's a wealthy man now, and he is getting the mass. A much more important work from Beethoven.
Please, take care of him. He looks much worse than I thought.
I'll do my best.
This is helping with elasticity, slowing down the calcification of the joints. You want to keep flexible.
I need to get back to the archives.
Just a bit longer. Claire, you should learn how to do this.
Yes, I'm watching.
Why don't you come over here and take your mother's arm? I'll show you.
No, that's not.
nice.
I can get a nurse to do this. You don't need to learn to do this.
Are you sure I can
It's
do it?
fine. Mike, she can watch.
No, it's important that she understand how to do this when I'm not here. It'll help the pain.
Is this really necessary?
It is. Now come over here and take your mother's arm. Is that okay?
Yes.
Alright, if you feel uncomfortable, you have any pain at any time, just let me know. We're going to start with the shoulder first, just move it in and out.
Ow.
I'm hurting her.
It's okay, it's not you, it's just a bit stiff.
Here, let me help you. Let's try it again. All right, breathe in, Dr. Brandt. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's good, Claire. Now, do you feel that in your chest? Do you feel that opening up?
Yes.
Okay. Now, big breath in. We breathe with her. Big breath out. And in. And out. Okay, now I'm just going to bring your arm up.
What should I do?
Nothing. Your job is to submit to my commands. Keep breathing, Dr. Brandt. Okay, now we're just going to try to stand you up. It'll be good for your leg muscles.
Be careful.
We'll help you. Claire, will you help her under the arm, please?
Hello, world.
Hello.
Hola. It wasn't that funny.
Let's sit her down.
What's going on?
It's a symptom.
Laughing?
It's called emotional incontinence.
I arrived at 6 o'clock in the evening at the master's house, whereupon I learned that there had been a quarrel after midnight and that both maids had run away. They had waited too long to bring the master his dinner, and when they finally did, it was ruined. As I entered the house, I heard the master singing in the parlor behind a closed door, not singing, howling, stamping. After listening for a long time to this scene, I was about to go when the door flew open.
Look! Look! What they have done to me! Everyone has run away! I haven't had anything to eat since yesterday! It's all your fault!
You fired me.
That's your excuse?
Master, what did you do to the shutters?
What are you saying? You have to look at me. I can't read your lips if you're not looking at me!
What did you do to the shutters? You wrote on the shutters, they are all filled with your writing.
I ran out of paper.
They are ruined. You will be evicted again. That will be the third move in a month.
Don't you see? After 3 years, the vault still has so much to offer me.
What waltz?
Dear Belly's waltz.
I thought you had given up on it.
I never gave up on it. I just couldn't find an ending.
So you have an ending now?
No, but I picked up the vault and I discovered it still has so much more to offer me. This vault has more life in it. That's why I couldn't find an ending. It's not yet time for an ending. Look, 6 shutters full.
This is all from Diabelli's waltz.
Yes.
I don't understand this.
These are new forms. It is impossible to express new ideas using old forms. These are new forms. When I am done with this set of variations, I will have revolutionized what we now understand to be variation form.
Which means Diabelli won't sell a single copy.
That's exactly what it means.
I can't wait to tell him. Master, you're famished. Come. Find you something to eat.
I'm looking, but I don't see it here. Did you check upstairs?
I found it. Look what I found. This sketchbook is dated 1819. Something's not right.
Do you need some painkillers?
No, something's bothering me in the research. It's in Schindler's biography.
In May of 1822, the master rented a villa in Hetzendorf. The first composition Beethoven wrote there was the variations on Diabelli's Waltz, which had taken his fancy in a curious way.
Yes.
All of these sketchbooks are dated from 1819.
So?
So, why does Schindler say Beethoven started working on them in 1822?
Diabelli had, in the winter of 1822, invited Beethoven to compose a variation on his waltz.
Diabelli proposed the variations in 1819. Schindler's wrong about that too.
Yes, there are many inaccuracies in Schindler's biography.
Soon after he declined Diabelli's invitation, Beethoven asked me to inquire how much Diabelli would pay for a set of variations. Diabelli was pleasantly surprised by the offer and immediately proposed 80 ducats.
80 ducats.
In advance.
In advance.
Yes.
That's also wrong. This letter shows Beethoven himself negotiated with Diabelli for only 40 ducats, and that's what he got paid.
I still don't know where you're headed with this.
Beethoven began the piece in 1819. Why does Schindler only talk about 1822? I suspect Schindler wasn't there in 1819 when Beethoven began it.
Okay, so what do you conclude from this?
It was Schindler who started the legend that Beethoven hated Diabelli's waltz.
The master did not care for the theme, with its Schusterfleck.
He is the only source that tells us that Beethoven found the theme commonplace. What if he wasn't even there? That means we truly have no idea what Beethoven thought of Diabelli's waltz.
Catherine, that is a true discovery.
For 200 years, we have believed Beethoven hated the waltz. Do you realize what a setback this is for me?
What are you talking about?
What if, after all this, he really wrote the variations for the money?
What?
What if the reason was not artistic? What if he just wrote all these variations for the money? He needed the money.
Beethoven did like his money, but I don't think that is why he did it.
What if he did it to one-up Bach?
Bach?
Yes. There are 32 movements in Bach's Goldberg variations. Maybe Beethoven just wanted to one-up Bach. That's why he wrote 33.
He did not say he was going to write 33. At first he said he was only going to write 6 or 7, and then the number increased as his obsession grew.
I have been here for 9 months now, and I'm not any closer to figuring this out. Why Beethoven was obsessed with this mediocre waltz. I don't get it.
Catherine, what is going on?
My tongue. My tongue has begun twitching.
When did it start?
2 weeks ago. My tongue has begun to die.
So, how does it work?
These buttons, you can program words and phrases.
Oh, show me. What are you doing?
It helps if you're immobilized yourself when you learn how to use it. It'll give you a closer sense of what the patient, sorry, your mom, will have in terms of mobility.
I see.
Okay, oops, hold on. There we go. Now, press here.
Yes.
Now here.
No.
Here.
I want a cheeseburger.
Pre-recorded words and pre-recorded phrases.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what this will do to her?
Yeah, I know, but it's not all pre-recorded. Try typing something.
Greetings, Earthling. You have bad hair. Ouch.
Oh, I pre-recorded this.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you know. Whoa. Whoa.
Um, press that button.
I love you, Clara.
It's versatile, huh? Even lets you say stupid things.
Do you really think this is the best way to tell me this?
Clara, I don't have much in my life.
My-
Just hear me out. I'm a nurse. I go to the hospital, I see bodies deteriorating all day long, I go home, I go to bed. It's not a fantastic life by any standards, but when I see you...
I really don't want to talk about this.
When I'm with you, you make the deterioration of those bodies seem like something to look forward to.
Thank you.
No, not like that. I'm not good with words. I see them and I wouldn't mind being them. I wouldn't mind having my body deteriorate like that. I think I could tolerate that, as long as I had some of my life with you. Does that make any sense? I know, it's ridiculous. I'm not good with words. I think if you think about deterioration, though, and what...
Shut up.
Okay.
That was the most beautiful thing anyone has ever said to me.
Really?
Everyone should have someone say something like that to them at some time.
Really? That sounded so much different in my head. I was thinking about bodies and decomposition.
Stop while you're ahead, though.
And now will you please untie me?
Dear man, you can't do this!
Schindler, calm down.
If you publish the other composer's variations before the master's, it will be a terrible blow to him. He will be humiliated.
He has not written a word on the variations in the past 3 years. I thought he had given up on the project entirely.
Well, he's working on it again.
After 3 years?
Yes, after 3 years. For the last 3 months, he's been working on it.
But why didn't you tell me before?
Because I wasn't sure he was going to continue to work on it. But as soon as he finished the ninth, he went back to it.
Schindler, I am sorry for him and for you, but I have an obligation to publish the other composer's variations. We can't wait any longer.
Dear Belly, listen to me. Last night I was walking by his room, and I heard melodies the likes of which I had never heard before. Beethoven has done exactly what he promised to do. The master has found a new language of composition. He's creating new forms of music and surpassing anything he's ever done before.
And all this because of my waltz?
No. His work on the Mass seems to have opened new compositional landscapes to him.
Well, what is this?
It's a sketch for Variation 31.
31?
If he knew I took it, he'd kill me. But I needed to show it to him.
Have you read this?
Yes.
I can't believe this. I've never heard anything like it before. These are my first 4 notes, and here he references my lower chords. And here the ascending notes. How magnificent.
And look at the back of the page. That's variation number 22.
A reference to Don Giovanni. Who knew I had Mozart in my waltz?
Do you recognize the melody?
Oh, yes.
And whose aria is that?
It is Leporello's.
And what do we know about Leporello?
He is Don Giovanni's servant. He is always mocking his master.
Yes, but he serves him well.
You and I are very much alike, Schindler.
In what way?
We both love beauty, we both can recognize it, but neither of us can make it.
And that makes us both slaves to others.
Indeed.
He needs more time.
I have no more time.
Good afternoon!
Luigi, what are you doing out in this weather?
What are you doing here?
Nothing. Dear Belly was inquiring about your health.
What is the prognosis, doctor?
You should be in bed.
What are you holding behind your back?
Nothing.
Schindler, what are you holding behind your back?
Nothing, master.
Go get the carriage ready. I want to talk to my friend alone. Look at all this. You have done very well for yourself, Anton. It was only yesterday you were clerk at Steiner.
Thank you, yes.
And now you're one of the most successful publishers in Vienna.
Ah, well, let's see.
It
No,
is only... You don't have to write it down. I can read your lips.
Well, it is only because I publish Composers like you. That is where my real wealth resides.
And like Schubert, and like Liszt, and like Weber.
Yes.
You should get rid of all of them and publish only Beethoven.
I agree.
Schubert, you can keep Schubert. Discard the rest.
You are very generous with Schubert.
His songs are very pretty. But I hear he was arrested.
Yes, for saying what we all think.
I hear that Parliament is working on a new law that will lay down how high birds can fly.
Be careful, Luigi. The walls have ears.
Freedom and progress. How can you have either freedom or progress with the police listening to every word you say? Shh. So what did you think of my sketches?
What sketches?
The one Schindler was trying to hide behind his back. Those pages are my children. You think I wouldn't notice when one of them is kidnapped?
Schindler is a loyal man.
Your waltz is so... Yes, I am not done yet, you know.
Schindler told me.
I need more time. Anton, I need more time.
I know.
Promise me you won't publish the other composers' variations before mine.
Of course, Luigi. As long as it is within the next 30 days.
I can see how you got to be so rich.
Master, we should get you home.
Oh, Luigi, I wanted to tell you, I have a new cook.
Yes?
Oh, she makes the most delicious veal stew. I'll send you some today.
Good. But tell her to make it thin. I can't digest anything thick anymore. I have gout of the chest. Can you believe it?
No.
I never knew such a thing existed, and I have it.
I thought that was a disease of the joints.
So did I. Goodbye, Anton. Oh, I almost forgot. This is for you. It's the Mass. It's finished.
Did you get my mother her pills?
Yes.
Okay. I finally found her arnica cream.
Claire, you're doing an amazing job with your mother. Schnitzel?
Your mother is making great progress in her work, and it's in large part thanks to your help.
It'd be nice if she told her that.
It's important not to want such things. If one expects them, one is always disappointed, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about this, and I think it's time.
Time for what?
Borscht, please. To get your mother a friend.
A friend?
Yes, why? You think a woman with ALS has no sexual appetite?
What?
Sauerkraut, please. Yes, sexual appetite.
Gertie, a little softer, please. Everyone here can speak English.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. I think we should get your mother a monsieur. A handsome monsieur. She likes tall men. She told me we should get her a tall man. It is not very expensive.
She told you she likes tall men? Noodles, please.
Yes, tall is important to her, and black hair is preferable than blonde.
My mother has really opened up to you.
Sometimes it's easier to talk to someone who's not into family.
She told you she wants you to hire a prostitute for her.
Clara, ixnay on the Otsa to pray?
Nine, of course not. But that doesn't mean she wouldn't like it. She needs to feel healthy. When was the last time you had sex?
Tuesday.
Clara!
You see, my husband and I do it every Thursday and Tuesday. It's good for lower back pain.
Where would we get someone like this?
On the internet, there are pages and pages of prostitutes. We can look when we get back to the apartment.
I think that's a great idea.
Good.
I don't want to know about this.
I understand. He's seen your mother naked, so he doesn't want
No.
to think about
No,
it.
that is not it.
It's okay. Clara and I will choose the man. You don't have to worry.
I'm not worried.
I think he should be a Turkish man. They are very good with women.
Oh, really?
Yes, they're good. They take their time.
Okay, thanks.
Or he could be Brazilian, I will Google.
I know. A fugue. It must be a fugue. I must conquer the fugue for 3 independent voices in staggered entrances. No, not in C major. No, definitely not in C major. It must be a foreign key, one never used before in the whole set, a variation far from the theme. Yes, in E flat major. Better. That's the wrong tempo. It must be double time. And faster. Allegro. Forte. Here, the subject returns. Now, bring it back in the high register. Now, let it expand. Now, let it sink to the low register. Now, quicker, in different keys. C minor, E flat major, F minor, C minor. Crescendo. Forte. In octaves. Now, invert them. And invert them again. And double it. And double it again. Shh, whisper. Whisper. Swattando. Now, let it expand. Let it soar in the style of the great Handel. I still have so much to learn from Handel. And now it starts again, twice as fast. 3 subjects simultaneously. Bring it down to the low A flat. And now, bring the subject higher to F. Crescendo. Fortissimo. And now the closing. The world is condensing, refining itself. Then a C flat diminished chord. Forcing us toward a resolution. Then an augmented chord. Then again, softer and almost disappearing.
going to be a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Because I do not like jokes.
It's not a joke.
Good, because I do not like jokes.
Gertie, 3 pianists meet on a train. After some conversation, they realized that they all had recently played Beethoven's Third Concerto. And one of the pianists says, "It's strange. Every time I play that concerto, I keep seeing the image of a woman in a red dress." And to his surprise, the other 2 pianists said whenever they play the concerto, they too see the image of a woman in a red dress.
That's a great story.
Isn't it? It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Clara, I just want to tell you that I'll be there for you and your mother for what comes next.
Gertie, please not now.
I'm sorry, Catherine, but I want her to know that I'll be here for her.
Thank you, Gertie.
And I want to make sure you're comfortable with Catherine's plans.
I don't have much choice with her plans.
So you're okay with your mother's wishes for the end.
Gertie, not now.
What?
You didn't tell her.
It's not time yet.
Oh my, I'm so sorry,
No,
Clara.
please, go ahead, just tell me.
Go ahead, finish what you started.
Well, your mother has given me very strict instructions about the end. I was sure you knew. I am so
Gertie,
sorry.
just tell me.
She wishes to be kept alive until she can't communicate anymore. Then after that, she wants to be given morphine and left to die.
I can't believe this.
Clara, this is a very personal decision, and your mother has given it a great deal of thought.
I want to live, but only while I can still communicate. If I can't make myself understood, I want to be given morphine and left to die. I want that to be clear.
And you couldn't tell me this? You had to tell Gertie?
I need someone more objective who can take care of these things.
I see. And who will be administering the morphine?
Gertie has agreed to do it.
And she'll decide when that should occur?
Yes.
You've decided everything, Mom. Congratulations.
So-
Should I come see you at the hospital?
Don't be
or-
childish, Clara. I'm doing you a favor so you won't have to make these decisions.
How will Gertie get the morphine?
We've asked Mike to get it for us.
Mike?
Yes, he did. She has it already.
He didn't tell me anything.
He couldn't. I'm his patient.
Oh, very well. Then you've figured it all out now. Good for you, Mom.
Don't be childish, Clara.
What?
This is my decision. And I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Who has cleaned your clothes for you? Who has cooked your dinner every night? Who has cleaned you? Who has made it possible for you to spend all of these months here to work on your precious monograph? I'm good enough for all that. But not the big decisions. I finally see how you see me, Mom. And it's horrible.
Thank you very much.
I can't believe you hadn't told her.
I didn't want to burden her with it.
You are too smart a woman to lie to yourself.
Clara brings the illness with her.
What?
You see a musicologist. She sees an invalid.
She sees her mother. In fact, it is you who cannot see your daughter.
Stop playing psychologist.
I'm your friend.
You are a kind acquaintance. And you shouldn't have said anything.
Very well then. I am a kind acquaintance then. And you think of your daughter as a second-rate waltz. The waltz is mediocre. Your daughter is mediocre. Everything you don't understand is mediocre. Goodbye.
Gertie, where are you going? You can't leave me alone.
You are not alone. You can call your daughter.
Gertie!
Goodbye.
Gertie!
is she?
She's okay. It's just a scare. She started choking and couldn't get rid of the phlegm, and she panicked, and the waiters called an ambulance, but the doctor cleared her throat and said she'll be fine.
Good.
They wanted her to stay overnight at the hospital, but she refused. So I brought her home. She's asleep now. She's furious at Gertie. Her hands were really cramping. They look so small, so I massaged them and I think she felt better.
Good.
The irony is we were never a very physical family, and now all we do is touch.
Yeah. It's one of the benefits of ALS. Forces intimacy.
What are the other benefits? I haven't forgiven you yet.
Okay? I couldn't tell you. I'm her nurse.
I thought you were here for me.
I have to respect her wishes.
How long have you known?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Don't think she respects you because you got her the morphine, because she doesn't.
I don't care what she thinks. You're the one that seems to care so much about what she thinks.
Thank you.
Is this about me getting her the morphine, or is this about the fact that she's dying? Because she's dying.
I know that! I'm so stupid. I thought that if I came here, somehow she and I would be able to figure things out.
What if that doesn't happen?
What?
I see people go through this all the time. Everybody wants some sort of closure before the end, but it doesn't work that way. It never happens the way people want it to happen.
Then what am I doing here?
You're spending time with your mother. You're taking care of her, you're feeding her, you're bathing her, and that might be what you get. I'm sorry that you found out like that, but those moments with your mom, that might be what you get.
This stupid disease.
Stupid disease.
Can we please have sex?
Why?
Why?
No, not why. That is a great idea. Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Let's do it.
I just want to feel healthy. Is that a horrible thing to say?
No, it's not. I will make you feel super healthy. See how healthy we can be.
This is variation number 24. It begins the final movement of variations. Beethoven's beginning to bring the entire project to a close. There's such tenderness to his departure. There's no arrogance, no regrets. Instead, a gentle recession into uncharted territory. He still has some thoughts. There are 9 variations yet to come. But the bulk of the work is done. How does one begin to let go? can't note anymore. I'm
Yes.
going home.
Go, you've been here too long. And thank you for everything, Gertie.
It's a shame. You should go to sleep. You'll be more productive tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were still working.
No problem. I'm leaving. I'm done for the night.
Oh, good night, Gertie.
Good night.
Wait, is that a sketchbook?
Yeah?
You took it from the library?
Yeah, and now I'm taking it back.
Gertie, you can go to jail for that. You breaking the law.
I am living for danger. And besides, it was a peace offering after your mother sent me flowers and a kilo of pig's knuckles.
Can I keep the peace offering for a few more days?
If Muhammad doesn't go to the mountain comes to Muhammad. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow.
Clara, what are you doing?
Making some tea. Do you want some?
No. Keep singing.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, please. Do you know what it is you're singing?
Yes, it's Diabelli's waltz, isn't it?
Yes, but why are you singing it?
I like it. Why is that wrong?
It's not wrong. What do you like about it?
Gertie, sing the waltz. It has a pretty melody. It has a nice rhythm. See, it's pretty.
Yes, she has a point.
You can really feel the rhythm. Gertie, mark the rhythm.
It's not a concert hall waltz. It's a beer hall waltz. Clara, good point. That's a fine musicological observation.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just find the waltz pretty. That's all. What?
Nothing.
Mom? Mom?
Master, no! Master! Master, the doctor said you should rest.
No.
You're sick. We'll put you to bed.
No!
You are only human.
I must not be a human being. I must not be for myself alone.
Master, you must not tempt fate.
I shall take fate by the throat and bend it to my will.
I am sending for the doctor.
No more doctors. Please, no more doctors.
You leave me no choice.
Don't you see? This music will free people from all the misery and all the indignities that shackle them.
Master.
I am an instrument of God. I am Bacchus, who makes the most glorious wine for mankind and makes them spiritually drunken. I will heal all the wounds of the world.
Master, please, you're losing your mind.
You putrid appendix. You were a second violinist in a fifth-rate orchestra. How can you, being so vulgar, appreciate anything that's not vulgar? Having you around makes it impossible to compose. Leave my sight at once! Ah!
Master, please, sit. Sit. Wait here, I'll get a warm compress.
Okay, Dr. Brandt, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I will be out here looking at the monitor, making sure everything is okay. And I will talk to you through the speakers.
That's fine.
Once the table slides into the machine and we begin the test, the noise will be quite loud. But I will be able to hear you if you need to speak.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Hello, Mike. Hi. How is Catherine doing?
She's in with the doctors now.
What time is it? Clara, do you want to go home and get some sleep after this? I can stay here.
No, thank you.
You've been up for more than 24 hours.
I'm okay. I told her I would be here when she woke up.
Okay. But I'll take tomorrow night.
So here we go into the machine, trying to keep as still as you can.
She's been joking so much lately.
Yes.
And she gets so scared that she'll choke to death on her own saliva. I keep telling her that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Gertie, how did your aunt die?
That was how she died. Really? Yes.
Master, here. Take this, rest. I'll go get you a blanket.
No, please stay. Don't leave me.
Very well. Please hold your breath.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Kyrie eleison.
Oh no! I was so hoping I wouldn't hallucinate. It doesn't look good on a scholar.
It could have been worse.
How?
It could have been Tchaikovsky.
I'm not a Tchaikovsky scholar.
No, you're a Beethoven scholar.
Tchaikovsky comes after you. How do you know about him?
We are in limbo together.
Why are you in limbo?
We all fled heaven. The angelic music made me wish I was deaf again. We are all in limbo. Mozart, Bach, Schubert. They are very upset with us in heaven. I can see you're not getting better.
Thank you.
I can see you're not getting better.
I know that. So what?
I started going deaf in 1797.
I know.
I was completely deaf by 1822.
I know.
It took me 25 years to go deaf.
I know.
Here's something you don't know. One day my hearing would be bad, and I'd be terrified I was going completely deaf. The next day, it would improve, and my hope would return. Then it would get worse again. This back and forth between hope and despair was unbearable. And then, after 25 years of this, I became completely deaf. All hope was gone. And I was so relieved. I would never hope again. Hoping is the great curse. And lo and behold, I was able to create music that would have never been possible had I been in the world of the hearing. The thing I'd feared most had happened. And yet it allowed me to be with my music in the most intimate of ways.
I suspected that. I wrote a paper and made that point.
You were right.
I knew it.
You were right.
I knew it.
Dr. Brandt, it's time. It's time to stop struggling.
I am so jealous
Of whom?
of everyone who will continue.
I was so jealous of everyone who could hear
All the time.
all the time. Who's that?
Oh, that's my friend Gertie. She's devoted her life to looking after your sketches.
No, the other one, the younger one.
Oh, that's my daughter, Clara.
She's the one who wanders?
Yes.
What a brave girl.
Yes, she's a handful.
What's the problem?
I have had so much in my life. I want her to be happy in hers.
Why do you think she's not?
Today, we present to the world this beautiful book. A set of 33 variations penned by our own Viennese composer, Ludwig van Beethoven. With this work, we offer the world a true masterpiece, as only our finest composer can produce.
He seems very happy with your composition. Are you?
I could have used another couple weeks. Why is it they always look like that, and I always look like this?
These variations are made still more intriguing by the fact that they were based on a waltz of my own making. That no one else believed held such promise. Never did I think that my humble waltz would inspire such a magnificent work. This is, without a doubt, the greatest set of variations ever written.
It's good. Good. So that's chapter 9 and 12 you saw already. Yes. And 8 I checked and it's fine. And the introduction.
I checked it. They proposed changes to the second to last paragraph.
Uh-uh.
I know. I told them to leave it as is.
Good. Okay. I'll take these to the post office. And then we only have 2 more chapters to go. Thank you, Gertie. Bitte schön. Goodbye. He can sleep through anything, that one can.
Yes. I wish I could sleep through his snoring.
You've been here all day. Did you eat?
Yes, thank you. Mike and I had a big breakfast.
What did you have? Details.
Brotkin mixed strawberry preserves.
Yum. I think he loves you.
the same.
Good.
He has to get back to New York next week.
What about you?
No, I'm staying.
I don't want to interrupt your life.
Mom, I was already planning on staying. But if you want me to go, I understand. I'll go.
No. Don't go.
Okay.
My God, that is so annoying. Lara, my nose is itching.
Here?
Mm.
Here.
Oh, harder. More.
Do you want to scratch it yourself?
Yes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is my great, great pleasure to introduce to you the keynote speaker of this conference, our esteemed colleague, Dr. Catherine Brent.
As scholars, we begin our search with an hypothesis, and then take the necessary steps to prove or disprove it. My hypothesis was that Beethoven wanted to use Diabelli's waltz to show Vienna what a great masterwork he could create out of a grain of sand. My hypothesis was not insubstantial or far-fetched. It was simply incorrect. You see, I didn't see in that waltz what Beethoven saw. I saw it as an inconsequential trifle, as it has been viewed for the past 200 years. But Beethoven saw it for what it was. A beer hall waltz. People danced to it. I propose that Beethoven wasn't trying to make something out of nothing. Instead, he was showing us what lies in every moment of the waltz. He takes the first 4 notes at the opening of the waltz and makes 6 variations with them. The repeated chord in the treble generate 2 more variations. The ascending notes generate 5 more, so that a 50-second waltz yields a 50-minute composition. Variation form allows Beethoven to do the miraculous and slow down time, to pierce the waltz and enter the minutiae that life, in its haste, robs us of. There's the moment when your hand first graces the hand of your dance partner. There's the moment when your eyes meet, and a moment of trepidation when the music begins. He smells good. She's missed a step. Does she like me? Does he wish I were a better dancer? And so on. So that for Beethoven, variation form is not only a musical structure, it's a way to reclaim all that is fleeting, allowing us to see it with new eyes. My daughter was in my hospital room today. She looked at her boyfriend, and for 1 second I saw such strength in her eyes, and I saw the lives they'll share, and I saw the mistakes they'll make, and I saw the way they'll raise their children. It was something. And so, we arrive at the final variation, Beethoven chooses to end the set of variations with a minuet, a graceful dance, and I find such beautiful symmetry in his design. We start with a beer hall waltz and end with a delicate spiritual dance. Variations on a dance should end with a dance. What an elegant idea, and so eloquently articulated by the master. This from a man who could not dance.
This from a man who could not dance. I have asked my daughter to deliver this paper to you, and I want to thank her for agreeing to do it. She was instrumental in helping me write it. This is indeed my final lecture. I want to thank you for being my colleagues. I am honored to have had you as my peers. That's it. That's the end of her paper. As many of you may know, my mother passed away 3 weeks ago in the middle of the night. Per her request, she was buried in Bonn. We all appreciated the messages you sent. Thank you. She wanted me to end her lecture by reading a quote of Beethoven's himself. Here it is.
Let us begin with the primary cause of things. Let us begin with how something came about, why it came about in that particular way, and became what it is.